morning, no, good afternoon for those in Singapore, and early morning, I think, in UAE. So welcome again to Market Updates. Yeah, let's just start. Okay, you're excited about today's market. Please type excited on the chat there. Okay. Right, you need to get excited every time in the chat group. Oh, sorry, in the chat. Okay, always excited. Great. Thank you, GJ. So let me just share my screen. Okay, we look at the daily bar. Just to remind you to keep going back to psychology before any trade. Okay, so let's go back to the chart. Can you see my mouse here? Yes, great. Thanks. So this is the weekly chart. Sorry for that. Let's go to quickly to the day bar, right? Because we see the weekly every week only. So the day bar. Okay, as I mentioned yesterday, right? It's starting with Euro USD, right? No harmonic there, right? No immediate harmonic there, right? And then you see this bar yesterday. We look at this, and then I said this will be a continuation trade because it's going for super touch there, right? Super touch crossing and touching pivot, and sure enough, it keeps going down, right? I asked you to concentrate on the intraday trade, right? Where you take the bearish move, right? This is also the same continuation trade, right? It seems to be uh, reversing here, but it bounced off the MA. Okay, it's not super touch, it bounced off MA 50. Okay, so continuation trade again, bearish. Go for lower time frame. If you trade the day bar, I mean, go for quick exit, right? The immediate target. Though for, I mean, you have, if you attended the advanced class, you have uh, better strategy to enter it instead of doing all the, I mean, using all the full bar or the day bar, right? Euro yen also continuation, but I said not to do a bearish trade on this level, right? Because it's going to S2 already, right? Especially yen related is GBP yen, pound yen. Sorry, at S4, it touched S4 last night, yesterday, sorry, and this one touched S2. So you look for reversal. Okay, this is okay for, okay, I'm going to touch a bit on the advanced technique. So whenever it touches a far pivot, right, you notice, I mean, you mark the pivot, the monthly pivot. This is monthly pivot, right? Day bar. Monthly pivot on your day or your intraday chart, right? And then whenever you see that touching the pivot, right? Most likely, especially uh, those people who are far away from pivot floor, right? Most likely it's going to bounce, right? Bounce, and then you can take advantage of those bounce movement. So that's a tip for you on intraday. So we wait, right, for uh, a reversal bar. This is actually a reversal bar, right? A weak hammer. You check your SEF, okay? Oh, let's check this one. Okay, let's check this one. Why? Let's check the weekly first, right? If you want to go into detail on the market, we check the weekly. Okay, so pound yen weekly have moved far also, right? This is an HPR that there might be an RHPR. So it's better we do it on a dashboard. Okay, on the dashboard. So let's go for pound yen dashboard. Okay, let's see my pound yen dashboard. There we go. So master dashboard. So you can see all the time frame lining up here, right? So always do that. If you see interesting, you want to wait for a reversal, you do that. So there you go here. Oh, this is uh, too busy. Okay, let's just do. Okay, not do. It might be too complicated for some. Then you will get distracted. So let's just do this instead. So weekly, okay. We draw cluster. Most important, you learn that this technique on foundation, right? Not difficult, easy, right? Just draw, right? Going back to kindergarten, right? Retracement extension one, the immediate one, and then this is the lowest you can see on the weekly. So there are two retracement extension. You don't see obvious cluster besides this one. Let's check for uh, intermediate anchor, right? Retracement extension there. So you got this. Okay, let's check for uh, projection, right? Just draw it and see because it's so easy here. There you go. So you got more lines here. Okay, very strong one. This one. Okay, let's just use that. There is another one here actually, quite strong here. So let's just use this. So 134.48, right? That's 134.45, let's say in the middle. So that's your uh, weekly cluster. So that equals here over here, right? Let me check again. 134.46.45. Sorry, it's upper there. So about that level. Okay, the lowest will be 43 thing about here. So that's your weekly, right? Only touches there a bit. So not quite a strong ideal one. So you ideal cluster trade, right? Fibonacci trade. So we do the day bar, okay? Uh, Day bar cluster retracement extension one, and then this second one, okay? These two, right, already give us uh, cluster there, right? Exactly here. Okay, we just need to see bullish candle 8. Okay, let's check another one whether that adds clarity to that frequency. Yes, actually, right? It adds here. So we don't need that. We just add some more, but you don't need that. This will be enough. So you see that cluster there. Now we wait for uh, candle 8, right? Bullish candle 8 that closes above this. That will be a strong signal. So then you count your signals again. Definitely divergence, you see that clearly, right? And then wait for candle 8, then you get two signals, and of course there is uh, the cluster. So three signals for you. It's good even if it touches the S3 later. Okay, the S3. Okay. Yeah, this would be interesting to wait. So that's day bar. US dollar yen. Yesterday I remind you that this is an interesting trade, right? Because it gives you 3 SEF. Yes, it is a longer bar than the other. It's a pin bar, but it's a strong 3 SEF. You trade that and play defensive, right? Or you can do offensive actually because of HPR, but again adjust your state there, right? Because manage your risk based on the higher bar. Bigger bar. So 104.90, so 90 points bar. not so big actually, right? 110, right? Plus the breakouts. So it triggered you yesterday and gives you 19 points, right? It hasn't gone to 50 just yet. 50, you move to 0 for defensive trade. Or if you go offensive, you can leave the stop loss and just use the 2 bars back exit. Okay, you learn all that on Foundation Masterclass. So you earn profit here. You took that trade. This one we wait. Okay, we still wait for candle 8. Oh, this one has candle 8 yesterday. Okay, let's see whether this is a good trade. So let's go for review. It's at R1 also. So 3 signal. Okay, HPR, pivot and candle 8. Right, we just to make sure confirm the HPR with cluster again. So just draw it, right? We see, right, the obvious one, sorry, retracement extension, right, there, and then let's go for projection, right, before we take the bigger retracement extension. Whether this frequency is enough for us. A lot of noise there above this point. I mean, the strongest would be here. Let's just draw another one. From this point, right, this anchor. So obvious high there. Okay, there's some strong here only, right? It's noise here. That's why they didn't trigger immediately. Let's check another one, whether you get even a better signaling. Oh, when you take the higher anchor, you actually see one here, right? A strong one here, right? But not as strong as this one. These almost overlap each other. So you wait for a reversal here. This is actually a reversal already, right? You can trade this actually. You can trade this, right? But if this is keep going up, right? You wait for on the next cluster, right? The next pivot is still far away, so is the next one, the next level that you need to pay attention to Canadian, and then this one. Okay. Oh, first we check for the weekly, right? Always check the full story. Canadian, sorry, Canadian. So be this one, sorry. So yeah, it's on HBR on weekly. So probably it's going to go further up. Okay, the next target would be 3402, right? So for touch line. Sorry again, 3410. So we go back to that chart, right? And then see 3410 is about here, yeah, about the next cluster. So this is your, let me highlight. This is also, besides a strong cluster, this is also the weekly super touch line. So this is probably going to go here. Okay, if you trade this, you play really defensive and watch for harmonic disruption. Though I would wait for this, right? It's on a weekly harmonic reversal. So it will be a strong one, right? Trending up. Actually, if you see a move down, right, and then you can trade continuation. This is actually a continuation trade. Right? I think I mentioned on Monday, I think, this one. So you trade this and get your 100 points, right? So this continues to go up. So that's Canadian, right? We move next to the next set. Okay, and ZD/USD harmonic already move, right? 140 points. Okay, three signals in here, right? You see HPR, HPR divergence and candle 8, right? 140 points, easy trade. Now we wait, no signal on, no candle 8 here, um, no candle 8 here, right? You can skip that. I mean, just go fast and wait for candle 8. Now there is a candle 8 here, GBP. Wait, this is a 4 hour, no candle 8, right? You see harmonic forming, right? This might be a second if you check for the higher time frame again, right? See, yes. So harmonic reversal, right? It reversed last week. This week it's going through a retracement. This the next move might be a second give of this harmonic reversal. So you watch for that, right? And then this shows those signal, right? It reverse going down again, right? Retrace again, and then with harmonic, right? It's obvious harmonic. And then you check the weekly, give you a bullish reversal, right? So you wait for uh, bullish reversal again, right? Higher sync. Okay, that's why you need the full story, so you can catch that kind of move. But not now. Okay, no candle 8. So next GBP and ZD. I think we highlight this also last early on Monday. So let's check the higher time frame. Okay, always check this and see. We draw a lot of cluster there. Oh, harmonic here and then reverse RHPR or this harmonic reversal, right? And then might be, I think we mentioned this might be a second give of a bullish move. Let's check the monthly and see whether we can see another story there. Uh, so no story. It's supposed to be forming a harmonic, right? This move. So it hasn't been completed just yet. So no story unless it's a second give, right? It's bouncing off this level, very strong level because of this. And we see here, right? When we see here, because this is a cluster, okay, we draw. Okay, let's just withdraw the cluster. So you practice this so that you can hone your analysis later. Yeah, we draw this earlier, I think. So projection, that's retracement extension. We do projection from here. Yeah, there's a cluster there. So we see this week, right? If it is, this is a close beyond this cluster. So this might be a 3 SEF. Okay, candle 8 cluster. And then unfortunately no divergence. So we need to wait. I mean, only two signals here. So we can trade, sorry, we can trade the bullish reversal on, if you see 3 SEF here. Okay, with higher time frame give you 2 SEF. So we wait for a signal here, right? This might be it, but you play really defensive on this one, okay? Because you're right. I mean, you're running, front running. So I don't suggest you to do that now. Let's go check again next week, right? Let's go check again next week. Okay. Oh wait. So this is already 3 SEF. Go back to the row. Harmonic there, right? HPR, divergence, moving, sorry, candle 8, already 3. Actually a valid trade, this one, this bar. Okay, this is a valid trade and cross over this cluster. So that's a valid trade for you, GBP and ZD. Okay, still hasn't got triggered. High 31, yeah, 231. Oh, already triggered. Yeah, already triggered this one. But currently it's going down again. Gives you another chance to end for entry for this bar. Okay, that this is a 3 SEF valid trade. I just watchful for harmonic disruption on the lower time frame. So this one is there's no uh, candle 8. We skip that, and then we go through the last set. Okay, this is a candle 8. Okay, candle 8, but I'm wary of pivot base move from pivot floor. Sorry. So let's check the higher time frame for this one. So Canadian Swiss franc. Let me just close that. Oh, I'm closing the wrong chart. That's okay. Canadian Swiss franc. Um, yeah, no signal here, right? Only candle 8 here, but no other signal. So you skip it, right? You look for better trade. So you skip that. The one below is interesting though, because there's a candle 8 there, right? We check again the weekly. Okay, Canadian yen. So the weekly doesn't have harmonic there. Wait, harmonic, no harmonic. Oh, yeah, the weekly is reversing. So we don't have a clear signal on weekly. So we just need to rely on the day bar. Okay, you see divergence and candle 8. Okay, only two, right? If you see these two, right, and then you check for, I mean, do your checklist again, uh, and then you do your cluster for the two signals, whether it got support from Fibonacci cluster. So do retracement extension, right, immediate one, and then next do the projection, right, do fast, fast, fast. So obvious one, right there. So yes, you have a cluster, not a strong one, but a cluster there. Let's check expansion. How does it help give you clearer signal? Yes, it gives you three here, right? Quite strong one. So this is a valid trade yesterday, right? Three signal and SEF, right? But you don't have pivot there. Be mindful of harmonic disruption, right? If you see that, you check the 4 hour, right? Whether there is a disruption. Uh, Not really, right? And then you check the 1 hour, okay, to get clearer picture. Sorry. Yes, there is this one, and then another one there. Okay, you got that one, right? You play defensive, right? Actually, you got stop out 0 for that, and then you just wait for this continuation here. If it gives you another two signal SCF on continuation, that might be a second gift, right, on the day bar. Okay, cadmium. If you see the harmonic disruption, you go play defensive and then move to 0. You get stop out 0. And then you see here, right, lower time frame give you continuation, you can enter, right, the 4 hour, sorry, the 1 hour that we see earlier. So that might be because it's not so strong here, but when the market gives you second give going bullish, then it would confirm that there is still strength in this SCF signal. Okay, just missing pivot, but it might work because of this cluster. Okay, just take notes on this and then you practice yourself. Okay, I didn't have time to write, and then that would prolong this session. So Euro Canadian, no candle 8, no candle 8 on Swiss franc yen. no candle 8 here, right? But it's forming harmonics there. Euro and ZD, I think we traded this. Oh yeah, we traded this. Okay, we traded this. Give you 100 points, right? Let's see how it moves on a lower time frame. Okay, so you have that, right? You trade this, right? Go give you 100 points, and then it reverse, right? Later on, you learn on the advanced class the volume analysis, and then you help you on keeping this trade. Uh, and then I gave you continuation trade, right? It reverses a bit and then gives you continuation trade, right? This helps you to keep your trade actually, right? And then sure enough, it's going up. Yesterday was a bit volatile here. Wait, this is just now. Something happened. Probably announcement, right? Even without seeing actual announcement, we know by this bar, right? The last 4 hours, something happened because this NZD it moves in the morning. Okay, it moves earlier. So some kind of announcement there. That's okay. It hasn't stopped you out here, right? Because of this continuation, you would want to keep your trade, but unless you see this touching there and then continue to go down, break that super touch bar, then you want consider to your exit, right? So the use of that continuation is for you to aim for the next target. So this is your reversal. Okay, let me just go through that so that you learn also. This is a reversal, bullish reversal cluster that we see before, right? To take the reversal. Now, when it got triggered, you should check the new frequency, right? Where it's going to go next. So retracement extension there. Okay, and then another retracement extension from here. There. So this is your next target. Actually, the market hasn't went there. So this is your safe. I mean, that continuation trade help you to keep your trade to aim for the next cluster here. Okay, and then we can do projection from there. Okay, to give you more frequency, target frequencies. So, sorry, this is the lowest one. Yeah, you have another one, right? You have 1, 2, 3, right? The most likely target would be this, right? Near pivot. Okay, that helps you keep your trade. And then if you want to add your position, I mean, if you want to stack, okay, I don't recommend this for those who are new to this strategy, but later when you're advanced enough, you're comfortable with this, you can add on the continuation trade and keep adding stakes, right? But this is a different trade, right? This is continuation trade right here, right? Continuation trade right here. Oh, but because of the volatility, you get stop out. Oh, sorry, this is 4 hour. Sorry, this is 1 hour. 4 hour. There. 4 hour continuation trade. You can buy here, right? You stop here. You haven't got stop out, right? But always when you stack with the lower stake. If you do $10 here, don't use $10 here, and use instead like $3, right? But keep your stop here, right? To minimize your loss. Yeah, you haven't got stop out and still in profit position here if you do stacking. Okay, I call that boss trade. Later you learn that. Eventually I will give you boss trade. Yes, so that's your NCD. This one we skip. Okay, no candle 8. And that concludes our currencies. Okay, it's half an hour, I think. Yeah,
Alan,
35 minutes. But that's with the psychology part. So we finished this in 20 minutes or less, right? Even with deeper analysis. Okay, deeper analysis on the full story and cluster. Any question on this?
Alan, can you hear me? Alan?
Clear?
Alan,
Please,
can you hear me?
clear, right? And if you still want to go on, please type Let's go to Dow. Oh, Casey has question. Sorry, Casey, I
Can you hear me?
turn off the volume. Okay, what's your question again?
Yeah, on the Canadian yen, Canadian
Canadian.
yen,
Okay.
on the same chart lah, on the same chart,
Yeah.
Canadian yen. Just now, I remember you just tell, you mentioned about a continuation trade on the bearish side. I
On the
think on
bearish
the
side.
4 hour or something. Because this is a HCB, okay? Then it's a bullish so-called trade based on here. And you just now I recall you mentioned a continuation trade to on the bearish side. Correct? Is it correct?
Um,
I think on
oh,
4 hour something like that. On the
oh,
weekly.
yeah. I mean, you need to check whether this is going further down, right? This can be both, right? Continuation. I mean, this one. It can be both continuation, right, or those trade, uh, or the day movement. Okay.
First, my question will be, like in this situation like that, how can we be more confident or the probability of it become a continuation trade to the bearish side?
So
More
you don't. Okay. You check the higher
higher
time.
time frame?
Yeah. So Canadian yen. So here, right, higher time frame. It's at a pivot, right? It's at a pivot. Last wait. It's at a pivot. No clear signal here actually, but pivot usually it would do a contraction, right? So there is a less likelihood, okay, less likelihood that this is going to be a continuation going down because at the pivot monthly, okay,
Okay,
might give you a
that's my
second.
question actually. Because I want knowing how to be confidently say that this is the potential of this being a continuation trade, I find it's important.
So again, yeah, but continuation trade you don't trade on this level, right? Because it already moves so big there.
Mm,
And then you see the weekly is at a sorry, weekly as a pivot, yeah.
pivot, yeah.
So it might be contraction period, right? This is a 3 SEF already, right? Not actually a clean one, but still, yeah, from this side, it already reversed 38%. I mean, you see this harmonic X, A, B, C, D, it already reversed, right? 38%. So that's done. Actually, this is RFPR. So this one is an immediate one, this next one, X, A, B, C, D, right? But immediate one, uh, a lot of energy are happening here. So you take this as 3 SCF without HPR, right? The HPR is weak because this one reverse, another one uh, immediate one, right? The stronger one would be a clean harmonic. So because of that, you play defensive. Sure enough, you got triggered, and then you got stop at zero, right? But it's a different story when the market gives you a second gear. Okay, when it gives you a second gear, that would be a stronger signal. Okay, Casey.
Okay.
All right. Any more question? No question. Please stay clear there, right? And then we continue. Let's go to down, right down there. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's go to down. Okay. So weekly, right? Weekly and okay, sorry. US open market and the pre-market, right? Forming harmonic. We know there is a cluster here. I think we draw a cluster. How come it's missing? Oh, here we go. So this was the cluster on the day bar. Okay, I mean, the weekly was obvious. Wait, not crude. Oh, I draw it on the weekly. Yeah. So let's just see this. Okay. Okay. So you see the harmonic on weekly, right? And then you see the daily bar, right? Crossing this magic cluster, right? And go through that and actually reach your next. Okay, it is your next exit target, right? If you enter, wait, this is the weekly. Sorry, let's go to daily. Right, the same cluster, right? You see the harmonic pattern. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, sorry again. You should see this on the weekly first. Okay, this is your target, right? And then the next obvious target you learn from the foundation master class, which is super touch, right? And pivot, right? This is the closest one, right? Super touch line, and then pivot there, and then another magic cluster there, right? It didn't reach that, but reached this super touch, right? You always keep this full story on the master dashboard, right? I give you master dashboard on DAO, right? So you have the weekly and then you check the daily, right? And pay, I mean, keep this level, okay? You make sure you mark this level on the weekly, right? Your target, because the harmonic is on weekly. If you trade from up there, right, you know where your target is. So this is your weekly target, right? This is the super touch line, and then you keep one on. You do another line at the pivot and cluster there, and then I mean, in your master dashboard, it will be side by side, so you won't get confused. And then when you trade intraday or the day bar, right? I ask you to take this, right? This is actually a signal. Uh, 3 SEF on this actually. Cluster, candle 8, right? And then divergence there. Very clear. A big bar is no excuse not to take the trade, right? Just lower your stake. For this trade, right, got triggered here, going sideways, but you have one harmonic that is uh, on your side. But this is not clear here. I mean, I'll show you in the pre-market chart. So you always use two of them because now, okay, it used to the pre-market, they don't actually put weight on it because they consider that as noise, uh, not the real market. Though now it's a 24-hour market, right? I mean, Europe, Tokyo, Australia. I mean, have the tools to trade down outside of the U.S. Open, and the volume is getting bigger and bigger. So it gains more significance, right? I mean, going forward. So that's why you need to see both for signals, right? You don't see harmonic clearly here, I mean, but you see it clearly on the pre-market. CXABCD, right? You do not see that exactly. It's missing the lower A, right, on the US market. So both has its use. If you don't see it here, you see it here. So you always see both. Okay. So harmonic forming again actually gives you the same entry, similar entry to this big bar with lower bar here, right? This is when you always on daily you ask, what's the story? What's the story? What's the story? Morning glory. Okay, you know Oasis album. So what's the story? So I I have those association to give me to remind me to keep asking that question. What's the story here? So this story, I mean, if you take that 1,300 points, and then when you trade intraday, it touches these two exit, right? Exit on the weekly, right? You wait for a reversal, right? And then you write that move. Okay, on volume analysis on the advanced class, you learn more. But even without that, you know this story that is going to bounce this uh, harmonic pattern, right? So it bounced on intraday, but you don't see a signal on day bar, right? I ask you, uh, not this. Yeah, I think this market, right? We wait for candle 8 for now, right? Harmonic with reverse, definitely. Just like Jaeger Cap last night, harmonic appears after 2 CCR, 3 CCR appears, right? Always. And in a good market gives you the more points than 2 CCR. Last night, 200 points. So this one, no signal on here, right? Oh, sorry. Now there is a signal. Yeah, I thought this is a pre-market. So this is now your signal. It's a hammer, right? So obvious. Okay, a hammer, and then it crossed down there. It did not close beyond the cluster, but it crossed up and closed, right? Less strong signal. Okay, but this we're using weekly clusterings. So let's just draw the daily cluster, okay, to make sure. I mean, this is two SEF already, okay, two SEF. Sorry, my alarm. So
Alan, it's already 3 SEF.
yeah, three SEF. Sorry, I
There's
just,
divergence also there, yeah.
that's right. I was just checking the line here. So three SEF already, but we need wait. Sorry, three SEF already four, not three, four. You have HPR, right? But we need to confirm that this HPR with a cluster. Okay, where is the HPR? Okay, here X A B C D, right? Besides the bigger weekly one, right? X A B C D. There is an X A B C D. So it's a double whammy. Okay, this might be a big move up. Might be. Okay, let's just check the cluster. This can be a 5 signal SER. Okay, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. So one retracement extension, and then we take uh, another one here. So we get better frequency reading, right? There you go. Just two retracement extension, we already have cluster, right? It didn't close down, close up, sorry, cross and close down, cross and close up on the weekly, but it does that on the day bar. So it's a strong one. So let's just check the projection, right? It's so easy to draw, just draw it. Okay, if you not doing this, then uh, too lazy. So it doesn't add more. Uh, so let's do expansion. No, doesn't add clearer. No, also. So we can remove that, right? Those that only add noise, we can remove, right? So your signal is clear. There, it's clear, right? So, okay, how many signal? Candle 8 pivot, divergence, HPR, right? With Fibo cluster. And then number 5, higher time frame. Okay, higher time frame. Higher time frame give you cluster also, right? Cluster, uh, wait, it doesn't touch that cluster and bounce HBR, right? Cluster and HBR, right? So you have two, not three actually, but HBR is strong one, right? You see that clearly. So it's a signal also. So you have 5. Okay, it's lining up to go up. Okay, let's check the monthly. Okay, this is getting excited. exciting. Sorry, monthly is a big HPR actually going bearish. Okay, we need to wait at the end of the month though, right? I mean, this next 1 week can be a big move up and cancel this bearish bar. Okay, so you're lining up. I mean, it turns out to be bearish this week, right? So you need to check for weekly again. That would be another story. Let's wait for that, not front running the signal. Okay, for now, concentrate on the day bar, right? Gives you at least 4 and HPR on weekly, right? Buy stop that. Okay, right? Uh, yeah, I guess that's it. We're done.
Alan,
Yeah.
okay, just a question on the just now that signal. Is there a divergent?
Uh,
Or,
uh,
first
wait.
is going up then, but the MACD is looking down. It's more like convergent.
No. From this point, it's going down, right? It's here.
Oh, the major one.
Okay, it's not so apparent. That's why I'm scrutinizing this line, right? You just do scaling there. See, it's so obvious now. But before I was like looking carefully, right? You need to be clear, right? It's not so clear here, right? So you do that. Okay, I mean extremely you can do that. Actually, you can see that, right? So yeah, pay attention to the details, right? To the variance again. Okay. So now you know which trade to take on X-Force, right? It already got triggered, I think. So the high 7333, yeah, already got triggered, right? Find a higher swing, right? Temporary bearish retracement and trade up. Yes, asset is divergence. That's correct, Lily. Thank you for your. But that's not part of the SEF. That will be additional variance for your advanced technique. Okay. So that's it. Any more questions? So you have your trade for today. Okay. It's a bit late, right? But it's you still can have entry, right? Wait for another entry point. Any question? Right? If you're clear, then please type clear. And uh, great. Thank you, Ahmed. So that's it for uh, today's update, right? I'll see you later tonight for advanced class updates and Jaeger Cat live trade. Okay, I might give you a glimpse of uh, the volume analysis. Let's see later tonight. So yeah, thank you for joining this session. Right, happy trading. Have a great day. Uh, goodbye.